Well, now I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, hey, Ray, why do you keep changing the color of your ski mask? Well, because this is what I got, okay? I like that. The different colors are fun. I got a blue, I got a green, I got a yellow. Hey, I'm sporting the yellow one today. But I found this nice new place to come and do a little camp out. And I got my stuff. This isn't it. I'm just looking up in the woods. I want to go and explore some of these areas. There's actually a little place to go hiking over here that looks like it might be kind of fun. But this is my camping spot. Here. There. Got my gear. All right. It's not much, but you know what? I'm only expecting to stay one night. Okay. I have other stuff, but I actually left it in my vehicle way down that way. It is really interesting. Okay, so the spot where I'm at, people camp here sometimes, but for some reason, it just isn't maintained anymore. Even the spot where I'm at, no one's come in here to maintain it. There's wood and trees down everywhere. You know, I might try to clear some of it myself just for in case, but I mean, some time's gone by and there's been no signs of any kind of maintenance. And I thought for sure that DNR or somebody would, national, or not national, just kidding, someone would come and clear a space off, but it just hasn't been. And before I came here, just for fun, I double checked what kind of area this is. This is BLM, and it's a wood gathering area, but I mean, I don't know. Anyways, I parked down that way a little ways, and this is what confused me, okay? So you can drive up here even though it's rough. This is not an easy place to drive, but the sign said there, no parking at your campsite. Like, explain that one, right? So apparently you can drive in here to drop your stuff off, but then you got to drive back and then hike back up. I have no idea why the sign would say anything like that. Now there is one interesting thing I noticed about the sign that was there. And this is what actually makes me at least a little bit suspicious. The sign was not like a metallic, something made by the state looking thing. It didn't really look official. They had this little billboard thing with cork, that cork board everything, and then a piece of glass or plastic. It actually looked like plastic because it was kind of coarse and scratched over the top, and it had just a printed paper underneath. And the paper said, you cannot park at your campsite. Now the funny thing is it was actually had a spelling error. Now instead of saying campsite, it said campsite with a C-E instead of a C-A. C-E, so it's like someone misspelled it and put it there. You know, maybe it is official. Seeing it's there, it's on the corkboard thing. I think I have no choice but to obey it. But it almost looks like someone did that shouldn't have done that. And you know, this area does take quite a good while to get up to come do this. But you know, I got a place where I can do a campfire. There is some grass growing right there. It shouldn't be too dangerous. It's fairly green. You know, there was some rain up here recently too. But just in case, I'm going to try to clear the area a little bit myself, because I'm kind of one of those, I'm kind of risk averse, and I don't like any potential possibility of forest fire. You know, if I came here and this was all dry and I didn't have a reasonable way to clear it, there'd be no campfire. It's as simple as that. I wouldn't even do it. But you know, there is space right here. And so I could if I wanted to, and maybe I might do this anyways. You see where it's at. I'm wondering if I should, sorry, I don't know if you can hear me as well there. I wonder if I should move it to this clear area here, because then there's no grass and no one drives right here. You know what? Yes, I am. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Even though it's pretty green, I just don't like risks of forest fires. It's obvious there's a spot right here that would be out of everyone's way, and then there wouldn't be a risk. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. All these right here. All these rocks, I'm going to move it over and try to, because there's a spot right there to drive around. In case I am visited by somebody, even then, I don't want to leave campfire waste where someone else is going to be driving. But there's a spot right there where no one drives. That's where I'm going to put the campfire. And then after I'm done, I'm actually not going to leave it I'm actually going to put all the rocks back where I found them and clean up the air real nice. Over here, hiding in the grass, maybe you didn't see it, I actually brought a shovel. I found that it's always good, anytime you're going to have a campfire of any kind, always bring a shovel just in case. You got to put out the fire with something, and the shovel really helps. So I got that just in case, because you never know. It's technically a forest fighting thing. You can throw dirt over something real quick if you really need to. So always bring a shovel. Got that over there in the grass. And I'm going to then, when I'm done, clear all that back off and make it real nice, bring it back over here, and then just leave the place looking like the way I found it, leave it nice, and make it nice for the next person that comes. So now it's time to get all my equipment over, and I think the first objective is to put the tent, and that might be nice. Maybe I'll do like a tiny little time lapse or something. I finally brought a slightly better tripod I can set it on. It doesn't go very high, you know, it's like that, but that should be pretty decent. So just like that, she's up. I have to admit, this tent's kind of a cheating tent. Look, the fly came down again. He's kind of wearing. Oh well, I don't even care that much. Gotta come get my sleeping bag. Show you how much I'm roughing it. I didn't even bring a pad. It's just so, I'm fine. They got some soft grass underneath. I sleep like this all the time. That sleeping bag, that's all I need. Probably thinking I'm weird, but that's the way it is. And by the way, I've got something. Didn't really show you guys. Look at this. That's my toilet. So, I'll show you how this works. This is actually pretty neat. So, you buy this separately. It's just, you know, one of these big buckets. What are they, 5 gallons? I don't remember. Get one of these buckets. And I purposely got the soft, cushiony seat. And you need this for 2 reasons. One, because it's nice and cozy. Because this one right here, the ones that have the soft, cushiony seats, when you press them down like this, it actually creates a better seal than just the plastic ones. And the smell doesn't get out. Now, that's only part of it because this is actually a special kind. I'm not going to show you the inside because that would be yucky because it gets used. It's actually, you got this plastic bag that's specifically made for this kind of toilet. And then you have a gel you can buy. And you put that gel in there, or it looks more like a powder, but it turns your waste into gel. And once it turns into a solid kind of gel like that, it actually becomes safe to just tie it up real tight and throw it in the garbage can, like as if you're picking up from your dog, right? Because otherwise, you could not throw that in the garbage can. Absolutely not. But with that special powder, you put it in there that turns it into a gel, you can now do it safely. And I can actually put this inside the vehicle, and because it seals and the gel, the powder actually helps reduce the smell a ton, I can put it in the car, secure it. Even if it tips over, it should be mostly safe, but you never trust it anyways. But I can put it in the car and I can actually travel with this. And I can put it out in the woods. If I think I'm going to be around people, I can put it in its own individual tent. I don't expect anyone to be here, so I'm okay there. You know, it works. You can use toilet paper too in there. It's biodegradable in there. It's just fine. This, I'm telling you guys, a toilet like this is a lifesaver. I can actually road trip with this. Can you believe that? And it's all possible by the gel. That's what makes it possible. You know, and one packet for it is typically enough for a full thing. Not always. Sometimes you need to use more than one. That's okay. They're not that expensive. When you think about how long one can last, I mean, it's actually not very expensive. So that's what I got there, but I got my other stuff. But I'm gonna go put this out in the woods somewhere. And I've got it. My own outdoor toilet. Don't need to talk too much more about that. It's not fun talking about that stuff so much. But you know, it really helps out here when you're dealing with this sort of thing. So I got that. Oh, what was that? That was strange. You hear that? Well, I don't hear it now. No, I don't hear it now. Maybe it came from that direction or that direction. I'm actually not so sure. Oh well, part of the reason I'm up here is to enjoy nature. I've got this camera, and I actually brought my Sony with me. So I actually have both my GoPro and my Sony. I'm using my GoPro mostly, but if for any reason I see some wildlife, I'll probably go grab my Sony because it's got a nice zoom on it, and I'll take pictures. So if I see anything, I can show you guys that. But okay, we got my toilet set up. We got the tent. I think we need to move over the campfire though to do. I mean, I got the tent right next to the campfire. If I left it there and did a campfire there, I'd really be stupid. I'm gonna move it there where it'll be out of the way and it won't be a hazard. So that's the next step. Could take a little while. Probably won't even film me doing the whole thing. Okay, let's see. Because someone could... Okay, I've really got to clear that tree out there, right there. I'm here. I think I'm going to be a responsible person and make this place nicer for people. But I think I'll start making it right here and we'll go from there. And we'll get the whole thing made. All done. Didn't need to use every single rock. I got it placed right there, and that's where I'll do my campfire. I'm actually not going to do the campfire right now. I think I'm going to go up there a little ways. Oh, there's a fly there. But it's starting to get warm. I thought it was going to be cooler today. It's supposed to be pretty cool, but today is warmer than the other days. My red jacket right here. It felt good at first because it was chilly. It's starting to warm up with the sun. I'm going to take off my shirt here soon and... Oh, I mean my jacket, not my shirt. I'm gonna take off my jacket and go wandering up and we'll go see what's around here. Oh, but let's move all the stuff into the tent first, except for maybe the toilet, just in case. But toilet paper too, got that. Need to have that. Camping chair. This other thing. Oh, what the? What's that doing there? It's funny, I didn't notice that before. It was just sitting there with my stuff. Did that come out of my car? What is that even? It's solid, whatever it is. It's busted. I've never seen this before. Unless it was sitting there this whole time, I dropped my stuff down and didn't even notice it. I'm sorry guys, I have no idea what that is. Or how it got here. Well, I mean, it's kind of neat. Looks kind of old, doesn't it? Huh, well, a souvenir. Okay. Well, got 2 more things. Crackers and this is pretty neat. I'll have to show you this, guys. I'll have to show it to you tonight. This flashlight is actually pretty neat. So I can press the button to turn it on. Then you do this to unlock it and turn it on again. And now it's on. Now it's on the lowest setting. You have 2 things you can do. You can do the regular light, which is wide, or flip this and it's a spotlight. And see, it shines in one spot. Now, it's at the absolute lowest level, but if you bring it up, look, you can even see it during the daylight. This setting, oh, what was it? It was like 14,000 lumens or something. Yeah, it is 14,000 right there. Now it can only run in the max for like 5 minutes. So usually I have it at the lowest. But I mean, look what happens if I swap it to the spotlight, go with the max. You can actually spot something from literally like a mile away. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's actually true. Not very well at a mile, but I mean, it can go pretty far. But you have to be careful and responsible for this. So if I got this at the max setting, and I got the spotlight, you better believe I'm not going to be shining this in the city. If there's a slightest chance of shining in someone's eyes, a driver, or even up at someone as an airplane, you know, I won't do that. You know, I'm out here in the woods and in nature, at no risk of shining on anybody. I probably won't even use the brightest setting. So, when you got a flashlight like this, you know, be responsible, guys. That's important. Let's go put it in the tent. Mother Nature is beautiful. Unless it smells bad. Sometimes, right? Well, I'm in a nice place, and look, okay. Got my hiking stick, which is actually just a GoPro selfie stick. I use it for hiking. Let me... I'm going to do the first 2. Yeah, that is a big bumblebee. Oh, big one. But, yeah, got it. Pull that mask down a little bit, you can see better. Can hike. You know, the walking stick, if I'm in a place where I'm expecting it to be mostly flat, I don't take a walking stick. I don't find it that useful to me. But if I expect there to be a lot of uphill, and I am seeing it, then I will take the walking stick. What the heck? Hold on, guys. You hear that? Hold on. What's this emergency thing? What the? Look at that. That's creepy. Okay, the county that's listed here for this emergency alert is actually the county I'm in right now. I mean, that must be why I got it. I didn't think I even had service up here. Whoa. I don't have service. Okay, so I'm looking at this. It says alert missing, and then it just blinks out like the message didn't come through or everything. But it says alert. How did I get this if I have no service? Hold on. I can put my phone away. Okay, that doesn't make me feel uneasy all of a sudden. Alert missing. Didn't say anything else. Didn't like say alert missing man or just alert missing. But it did. So the message didn't say the county. At the top, it has a little, the emergency thing had a, I don't even know what you call it. Title or, I'm sorry, I don't know enough about phones for know that things. It just said which county it was in, which happens to be the same county I'm in. Alert missing, and that's it. And there's no service. Unless, for just a second, I actually did have service. Huh. Okay. Well, okay, well, I'm in a county. If I see anybody and they look like they're in distress or something, assuming it was for a person, they wouldn't do that for a dog, would they? Someone's dog went missing. If I see alert missing, someone in distress, I'm gonna keep my eyes open. Just in case there really is something going on. But so I want to be helpful. The thing though is there's been no signs that anyone up here. Down where I parked, I was the only one. So if someone came up with their vehicle and then wandered off and went missing, then I'm in the wrong spot. You know, this almost makes me want to actually just leave my campsite, jump in my car, and go drive around and see if I can find a parked vehicle and start looking around and see if there's someone that looks like they're missing. I don't know though, it's still mysterious. And maybe it's even delayed. But why would only half it, if it's gonna come through, it should come the whole message. Maybe it's delayed when it comes in, but the whole message should come in. But why would it only say alert missing? That's kind of got me a little bit worried. I'm sorry guys, that's just something that makes me feel a little bit uneasy. Anyways, so like I said, I'll just keep my eyes open anyway. Who knows, maybe someone came up here, they had a vehicle, and then they drove away and left someone here by accident. Although I didn't see any signs of anything recent having been done. Even that campfire spot looked like it hadn't been used in a long time. As far as I understand, this place it's kind of remote. It's not well populated, not easily accessed. Even the main road getting here had water damage. And I got a few spots where I had to kind of go slow with my vehicle to try to clear them, just in case. But I made it up just fine. My vehicle does pretty decent in some of these areas. It is an off-road vehicle. Granted, it's nothing new, but I have some really nice all-terrain tires, so I can access some of these areas a little bit better. It's not the one I always bring, but if I expect rough roads, I bring it. If I expect to be able to get to my spot easy without rough roads, then I bring my more fuel-efficient vehicle. Save on gas. Because I am by no means rich. I need to be careful with my expenditures and try to save money. But now while I'm walking up here, I actually find myself, you know, paying attention to what's on the ground below me, looking for footprints. There's something that dug. Not a footprint in that one. Something dug right there. Actually, I think I see a deer footprint maybe. That's kind of rough. It's like a deer, you know. Of course there's going to be deer here. Deer, elk, moose, bear, technically grizzly bear. I'm still in that same area. I've been for a while. There are grizzly bears here, but they're supposed to be pretty rare. I should be safe there. And here I am still walking, and I kid you not, as soon as I got that emergency thing on my phone, for some reason, that feeling of peace and comfort, relaxation I was having, it's just gone. Instead, I just kind of feel a little bit eerie, a little bit unsettled. There really isn't a reason I should be. This is still a nice place. It's not like there's anything bad's going to happen, or it shouldn't anyways. Of course, once again, there is one thing I probably ought to have done, and that's to have brought someone with me. And I'm still waiting to hear from Camel Tim. I want him to join me while I'm traveling around, but it's just been busy. I don't know how long it's going to be. That's okay. If it's not going to happen soon, that's okay. because this little venture of me traveling around a lot, because I've taken off a lot of extra time. It's summer, I've got the opportunity to do so. I'm going to be gone for like 3 weeks, or just, you know, travel around for 3 weeks, checking out these different spots. And alone, I really hope Camel Tim can join me. It'd be kind of fun because he would come meet me with his own vehicle. We could drive tandem, the two of our vehicles. And I don't mean we go race. I'm not a street racer, guys. I don't break the law. I don't even speed. Like even, you know, a lot of people go like 5 miles over the speed limit. I actually don't. I go the speed limit, not even 5 over. And if I'm all alone, especially if I'm in the country and I'm all alone, I actually tend to go like 5 or 10 under the speed limit, as long as I'm not bothering anybody or impeding traffic. So I can spend a little more time looking around and enjoying, because I like to enjoy things while I'm doing stuff. I don't want to be in a hurry to get somewhere. I want to enjoy the journey there. And if I'm speeding, I mean, some people, that's their joy. They enjoy speeding, okay? I don't. I'm not a speeder. I like to enjoy the process. And going slow, driving slower is one of the ways I do it. Even when I was driving up here, you know, I wasn't going fast. You know, if I was in a situation where if I was driving real slow and it was impeding traffic and making problems, I actually wouldn't do that. I don't do that. Okay, this crosses over. Let's go see what's on up there. Yeah. The trees are getting thicker up there, I can tell. But, unfortunately, the feeling of uneasiness has not yet left me. There's a lot of deadwood all over. There's some pretty blue flowers. It's kind of a ledge up there. That's intriguing. If I was like in a national park or something, I would not go up there. But I'm not. I'm in a different area where I'm actually allowed to leave the trail, even gather firewood. I wonder if I ought to go up there. The question is though, is this trail going to curve around? I don't know, I can't quite tell. Well, we'll see. I'll probably just continue to follow the trail. I typically like to just stay on the trail anyways, even if I am allowed to leave the trail. But I think, you know, if I see anything that looks like interest, do it on my way back down when I'm tired. Because then, if I'm too tired, then, well, it's probably better to just go around anyways. But if I'm not too tired, then I know I'll have enough stamina to do it. But, oh, there's a great big tree right there. That's fallen over. But this is interesting. Instead of falling this way downhill, it's going the other way, and there's another tree propping it up. All right, well, let's see where this goes. I think I'm going to do that thing again, where, because I'm wearing a ski mask, which is unusual, but you know, you guys know I just do it for filming purposes, to protect my privacy. If for any reason I did have the sense that someone was around, or I saw someone, I'd actually rip it off real quick, just so they're not like, why is this guy wearing a ski mask? You know, it's not winter right now. So, oh, I hear an airplane above me. Must be up there. Whoa, you guys are probably looking right in the sun. I'm sorry. Well, I can hear all the way up there. Yeah, I'm hiking right now because I thought, you know, I didn't want to make a campfire yet. Too early. Although, if I do get hungry early, I'll go ahead and do that. This is going up quite a ways. Very intriguing area. Kind of open up a little bit under the trees, but the trees are still quite prevalent. But up there a little ways, I can see the trees getting close together. And this whole while, I've just been looking like for footprints and stuff, for a person. But there's been none. I'm not so sure people even come up here anymore. which in a way is kind of nice. I like to be out alone, you know, have my privacy. Or if I'm with friends, you know, that's okay. But otherwise, I kind of like to be out alone. Enjoy it that way. Oh, and by the way, you probably noticed I'm wearing my white shirt now. No joke, that's like my wardrobe. If I'm outside, I'm wearing a white shirt. Because they do a better job at keeping me cool. I always wear a white shirt underneath my red jacket. And I like long sleeves because they help protect you. They help protect you against the sun, and then insects, like mosquitoes, and now this is big, they help protect you against ticks. But that's a big caveat, help. If you think because you're got sleeves all the way up to the end, they're going to be safe from ticks, you're actually not. Ticks are exceptionally good at getting on your clothes and then finding an opening. At the sleeves, you know, they can get through my sleeves, underneath my shirt and crawl in. My neck, oh, that can happen. They find ways to get in. So just having long sleeves is actually not going to protect you against ticks. It might help. Maybe it'll brush off luckily before it gets you. Honestly, the best protection against ticks, one, you know, something to spray on you, and two, just don't brush up against where the ticks are. If you're going to be going through brush, you might be finding a tick, and we don't want that. Especially because in this particular area, I actually saw this in the news, and this has made me extra cautious. And this is why I don't go through brush, or I do bring spray. There's actually a disease of some kind that you can get from the tick bite, and if you get it, it like legitimately makes you allergic to red meat. And I don't want that. Granted, I'm not like a huge meat eater, like always eating meat, you know. I'm not a vegetarian either, but I mean, my diet is mostly vegetables. That's because that's what I grew up on, got a garden, you know, that's what I'm used to. You know, I still eat meat. It'd sure be sad not to be able to eat red meat anymore. Well, cooked, I mean. You know, red meat, if it's cooked, it's the same thing, you know. You can't eat cooked red meat. Oh. Come up a good ways. Actually, it wasn't too bad. So I'm gonna have to sign off for just a sec. I just saw my battery has 3% left. It's gonna die. Hold on. This is actually surprising. Came to this little rocky spot. And this is it. It just kind of rounds out and it looks like it ends. And I was hoping the trail would go further than that. Unless somehow it's hidden back here and maybe it's overgrown. I don't really feel like going far. Being as it is, it's a slightly less familiar area. Even though I do bring a compass and topographical. You probably think I'm crazy bringing topographical maps where I go hiking. I do. And I don't trust GPS. Anything that requires electricity, I don't trust. It's better to know how to use a compass and a topographical map. So I got the compass. So I'm pretty sure I can get back if I needed to. But why deal with the hassle of being lost in the first place, right? Let's stick close. I am actually going to go investigate this area. Even though it's actually a lot darker in this place. I can go that way. Or go that way. Let's go that way. Just like 50 feet. Look down. What does this look like? Okay, you can go down here a little ways. I've actually got my ski mask off. Look at this. I put it there like it's a fanny pack. It literally feels like I'm wearing a fanny pack. Just to give my face a break. Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of space to walk out underneath here. So let's come take a look. Oh, oh my gosh. This place is kind of creepy. Look at this. Yeah, this place is creepy. Let's go around. Oh, what's that white stuff? That was weird. Looks like, oh, it looks like paint. Almost looks like someone spilled milk there, but of course it isn't, because I mean, to be like that, be milk, it'd have to have been spilled like in the last 5 minutes. No, I don't know what that is. Is it paint? If it was, that means someone's been here. Oh, what? Oh, that was a bird. I saw a bird right there just whooshed. That's okay. You see a bird. Wow. Oh my gosh, look at that tree. Okay, I've got to go look at that. Something here doesn't add up. Oh, no, I figured it out. Never mind. It's because it was hiding directly behind it. I couldn't find the other half of the tree. Like, where did it go? It wasn't here, wasn't here, it was here. Look at this. You ready? Ta-da! It's exactly right behind it. I didn't even see it. Oh my gosh, look at that big tree. That thing really busted. But it came down this way. That's another bird. And it's interesting. I'm looking around. Look, there's green all around from the outside around her, like a ring. But in this particular area where I'm at right now, it is actually very dark and very dead. In fact, there's quite a few dead trees. Oh my gosh, what happened to that tree? That looks weird. Well, I'm looking behind me at that one. It goes up, and then it curves over and becomes a different tree. I don't know if you guys can see it. It looks like a different tree on top. Something weird must have happened to that tree once. But really, this tree just gives the vibes of a tree that really is kind of spooky. Matter of fact, just standing here looking at it, just that feeling I get. Right. Whoa. Okay, that is creepy. Look at this. I swear, I'm looking at a Dr. Nowhere creature right now. I'm not joking. You guys know who Dr. Nowhere is, right? Go look him up. This looks like a creature living inside of the tree, and its arms are coming out to grab me. That literally looks like it shouldn't even be there. Like something stuffed it in there long ago, and it grew stuck. Now it's reaching out, trying to get me. That is creepy looking. I have no idea how it could even look like that. Unless it's 3 trees. Is it possible we got 1 tree, 2 tree, and a third different variety of trees tried to grow in the middle, but these 2 overcame it, grew together right here, and effectively snuffed out that tree and stopped it. Which almost makes sense, except for the fact that it's too thick for that to have occurred. Unless, even though it's a different variety of a tree, somehow it grew with it anyways. But then it died. For some reason that just looks super spooky to me. What's that? Sounds like a bunch of flies. Over there somewhere. Look at that big blob in the tree. Isn't that crazy? I do hear a bunch of flies. Why are there a bunch of flies here? I don't even see them. Okay, wait a minute, guys. Let's get over here. Why do I hear a bunch of flies, but I don't see them? The trees have all fallen down right here. Boy, I'm not liking this area. And while I'm saying this, I keep walking in further. What about it is it with some of us people, when we come across something spooky, for some reason, we slowly start to go toward it anyways. Just drawn to it. And these trees branches are all going over like this, like they're reaching down to try to catch something in the middle. Like as if it were alive. It just looks that way is all I'm saying. It just looks that way. It's interesting. Still hear the flies. I almost wonder if something bad happened here. I don't even know what. You know, maybe a disease. Okay, I'm gonna go up there a little ways. Right up there, something interesting. Oh! Oh, it scared me. I think it was just a bird. Oh, that's... Oh. Is that an owl? Well, I can hear it. I don't mean the bird, I can hear an owl. Right up there. That's interesting. Aren't owls nocturnal? Where is there an owl? Okay. Where is an owl? Oh, dude. Okay, guys, I'm looking at the screen of my GoPro. Does it look like there's a glow around my arm? On the screen of my GoPro, my arm is glowing. As I look at. I guess I won't know until I look at this footage later. Just heard wood creaking. There's wood creaking over there. Yeah, there is. There's something spooky going on here. Okay, I'm actually going to start to walk away. The ring starts over there, where it starts the vegetation again. I can see it. I'm about to leave the dead area. So I've pretty much explored all of it except what's right down there, but I'm not feeling anxious to go down there right now. Because I'm still... just feeling a little... it just feels eerie. I don't know if liminal is quite the word. Not, you know, liminal, you got two words that describe it. One, repetitive. Two, where people really ought to be but they aren't. And so it's just utterly alone. To me, this does not constitute repetitive. Nor is it a place where I'd expect to find people. And yet, I almost want to say liminal anyways. Like, I just get that feeling anyways, for whatever reason. I'm not so sure that quite exactly matches. Can you see the web reflecting on the camera? Oh, I actually touched it. No, never mind, it's okay. I didn't run it. Oh, I can actually see there's a little spider right there. Don't worry, spider. I don't like to disturb nature. I'll let you live. You have purpose. Catch the bugs. By all means, catch all the bugs. Not a big fan of bugs anyway. Let's go up this way. And back over there where I came from. Try to get over here. Right there, can you see it? Is that creepy dead tree we saw. Let's head back up towards it because it looks like the easiest way out of here. We'll go. Oh my gosh, what was that? Something touched me. My hand. What was that? Something touched me. The world? I feel like something touched my hand. I didn't touch anything. I just had my hand. My hand was holding my camera. My left hand was on here. I felt like something touched my hand. Okay. Let's just keep moving. Go out the way we came. There's up here. Okay. And we're out of here. Huh. Well, that was an interesting place. Kind of spooky, kind of eerie. So the weird fly sound, and I didn't see any flies. Then a nocturnal owl started hooting at me, which didn't make any sense. Tighten that. And then something touched my hand. It might have just been a tree branch or something, but there were no tree branches at that spot that could have reached out and got me. And my mind, my face was kind of looking over at this direction. I wasn't looking at the camera at the moment, but it suddenly felt like something touched my hand. All right, well, I'll just chalk that up as a strange and slightly spooky place. Well, now instead of just heading straight back down, I decided to come to the other place, to the right direction, and come check out this place. Because that really weird place is over that way. I'm steering clear. This place looks kind of dark too, but not as bad. Yeah, this doesn't look too bad. Actually, it's more open. Holding out my GoPro so you can watch. Is it possible for me to walk like this and talk? The thing is, when I look away from the camera, it's a little bit harder for you to hear my voice. Although my GoPro is better at picking my voice looking away than my Sony is. Oh, there's a bird right. That's not a bird. What's that? Something climbing up the tree. Never mind, that's a bird. Surprised I haven't scared it away yet. Oh, it's almost it just keeps going up and up. I don't get it, bird. Why are you climbing? You're still climbing. Why not just fly? That bird is good at climbing. Okay, it's still there. I just lost my hat. Hey, tree, why'd you take my hat off? Huh? Yeah. Come on, don't you know I love white hats? Don't be taking my hat, tree. You see, trees don't wear hats very often. So when I had a chance to reach out and grab my hat, it went for it. That was actually kind of funny. Yeah, I'm not feeling quite as spooked in this one area as that one other area. And over here it opens up. Gosh, if it were flat, you could camp here. I wouldn't do the campfire though. It's too dry. Well, right there, in the middle, you could do a campfire. Just, you know, it'd almost be worth it to bring a rake, clear out anything that was dry. If it were flat too, you know. Put your tent. Oh, just heard what sounded like a light snap. It's up the tree. Oh, probably just a bird, I don't know. But, yeah. It actually seems like a really decent place to camp. I wouldn't mind that too much, really. Although, you know, when night came around, because you're surrounded by all these trees, and you can't see, because it'd be dark, and you couldn't see around them as easy in the dark. Dude, your mind would, oh, it's a bird again. Your mind would totally play tricks on you. You'd be looking all around, thinking there's something hiding right there behind the trees. Maybe that's why I like where I'm at better. And plus, it's not that far away from my vehicle. So if I needed to, if I got scared, really scared, I could just get up and run to my vehicle. If I really felt threatened, I could drive away. But I'd probably just, if it was like an animal, I'd probably just stay in my vehicle and sleep there at the night, and in the morning go and get my stuff. We'll see. I hope nothing like that happens. I plan to stay here tonight. Hey, it's like a bridge. Isn't nature neat? So interesting to just look around and see all different things. Oh, there's a bird right there. Oh. GoPro probably can't see it. There it goes. It actually looked like the other one I saw that just kept climbing. There's two more birds. My mind, because it's just a little less, it feels more uneasy. So anytime I see something move, it kind of makes me jump just a little bit. I've seen a couple times that happen, and each time it was just a bird. Now, kind of feel like I ought to see other wildlife here though, like squirrels or something. Squirrels and chipmunks, and they are native to this area. I haven't seen a single one, I don't think. At least I'm trying to remember back, have I? When I rewatch this footage, I'll know if I spotted one. I don't remember spotting one though. Okay, well, I'm going to keep going up. I'm seeing some interesting space up here. I don't know that I'm going to go much further beyond that. Part of my purpose of actually coming this direction and going the other way was to see if I could find an old abandoned trail and see if maybe the trail used to go on but just got overgrown. And if it was good enough, I could keep hiking it. But if it's so overgrown that it's really hard to follow and I'm likely to lose myself, then I think I'll just abandon the hike. Which honestly is what's going to happen probably now, because I'm not seeing a trail, period. Lots of overgrowth, lots of places to walk under here. No signs at all of people. You know, looking for footprints is one thing, but footprints go away. You know, the thing you actually look for is litter. People have been moving around here. Which would be sad if there was, but the happy thing is there's no litter. Which is nice, because I don't like litter. Oh, there's another great big dead tree. Wow. Wow, you know what that looks like? I'll have to get closer, you can see. I saw a video once about a walking tree. It's a fictional one, by the way, guys. Not a real one. A fictional video about a walking tree. And the guy used, I think, Blender to animate it. But he did a really good job. It looked very real. And it's an old video. By now it's probably 7, 8, maybe 9 years old. No joke, this tree looks exactly like that. And it was dead too. but it's got all the branches going out and down that look like arms, and the way it's capped at the top, I swear I see a head. Okay, you ready? Right there. That dead tree. Okay, I kid you guys not, that looks just like the dead tree from that video. Well, I mean, it wasn't a dead tree in the video, but I mean, this dead tree looks just like that walking tree. I'm almost like half expecting it to suddenly start walking and chasing me. Nah, that won't happen. It just adds to the eeriness of this place. Down there it doesn't look so bad, but as I'm walking up here, now that I've seen this, now I'm starting to feel a little bit spooked again about this area. Right. There's actually something up there. I can't decide what it is I'm looking at. Might be just an old dead tree that's been stripped, maybe. So it's brighter. But something about it just doesn't quite look right. I'm still filming, right? Yeah, sorry, I have to double check every now and then. I actually switched on the red light at the front of the GoPro so it kind of flashes every now and then, just to let me know it's still filming. So if I accidentally hit the record button or hit a different button and it's turned off, might miss something important, I don't know. Okay, I'm almost to that spot. This is weird. This is really weird. Well, I'm looking at something, but that's not what's weird. It's not what you see, it's what you feel. Got cold. Here comes the breeze. Gosh. It was warm over there. Sorry, guys. Should have brought my jacket. Why is it just so cold here? This is a strange conglomeration of death for trees. No joke, it is cold. This is weird. I think I've heard of that sort of thing somehow. But usually it's like in a much bigger area. If it's all kind of in a bowl shape, a sinkhole or something, can actually trap air in there, it can actually be colder. But I haven't been going down, I've been going up. Oh, there's a leaf, or not a leaf. Feather, black feather. Isn't that supposed to be an omen if you see something like that? Okay, look. Okay, why is it like uniform for most of the spot, and then suddenly I get to this one spot, it's extra cold, and everything is just, there's just like extra dead stuff. Look at that. There's just so much death here. I am no joke looking for bones. Oh, there is. Can you see it? It's on the other side of that tree. Well, it's hard to see. Can you see it? I do see some bones right there. There's actually an animal actually died here. And it's cold right here. Actually, this is giving me creeps. I don't feel safe here. I don't even know why. There's just extra death here. I'm looking around at other places, and I start to see the green tree line over here, and it just feels normal, but right here it's just dead, dead, dead. And it's cold. Look at the ground, all cracked. Like it got really wet here and then dried. But why is it only right here? Oh my gosh. That felt like it was hollow underneath. It keeps going. That is deep. Okay, I'm not stepping right there. It's a good thing I didn't push all the way down with my foot. I started pushing and pushing. I could feel it keep going and going. Like almost like it could be like 3 feet deep or something. Man, that doesn't sound like much to you, but that means something to me. It's like a booby trap. I almost want to. Let me try. Okay. You kidding me? That was deep. That's more than 3 feet. Don't step there. That is dangerous. And who knows what's even underneath there. That was like a legitimate Mother Nature booby trap. Like I've heard of quicksand. This ain't quicksand, this is something else. I don't know what this is. Someone who knows more about nature than I do, explain what that is. Maybe all the water went down and collected under there and just made it all weak under there. If I stepped in there, I could fall in. Who knows what would happen? But you know, I don't want to actually really disturb it. I think I just leave it be. Oh, okay, if I see any more cracks like that, look that bad, I am going to watch out and stay away. Oh, there's more. Though those don't look near as bad. Those are pretty small. The ones up there are huge. I'm leaving this area. Because this is a... Sorry. Something stepped up there. That was something stepping. Like maybe an elk or something, but yeah, that was not just a random break or something. There's something up there. Something stepped. Where is it? Where is it? I don't see anything. It really didn't sound like it was all that far away. I think something might have moved in and I moved away. Because I made some noises moving away. I think I made it stop and just look. Who knows, maybe I'm actually scaring something, I don't know, but I was talking the whole time though. Okay, if something chases me, you'll see on camera. Oh, that makes me so nervous, turning my back. That was in the trees. I need to move faster. What is the easiest way out of here? That's the way I came. Okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm not looking around here. I have no idea what was moving on up there. It does open up, it's a little bit right here. Maybe I can see better. If I can get back to the trail, I think I'll be okay. I'm done hiking. It's time to go back to the campsite. Oh, I gotta be careful, make sure I don't hurt myself. If I'm filming and then walking around and still trying to look behind me at the same time, you know, I'm more prone to an accident or to injury. Granted, I have my better shoes. These actually have decently high heels. Multiple times they've saved me from a bad sprain. So these are the shoes I tend to wear. My hiking shoes, like half shoe, half boot, I guess. Careful. Okay, I actually see the trail where I came, which is the easiest. I came that side. I'm gonna go right there. Oh, that's the wind creaking that tree. Shut up, tree, you're freaking me out. Okay, I'm almost out of here, guys. I can see the opening spot where it rounds out. Okay, I looked around pretty decent. I went over there, I looked around, came over here. There's no extra trail. There's no overgrown trail. Or if there is, I mean, it's so overgrown that it's completely invisible. Wow, okay, so over that way, it was kind of just extra spooky. I felt something touch me, I have no idea what. I don't know, it must have been a branch reached out and got me, even though there wasn't one there. Go up in a dead spot where it was cold, and now, like right here, I feel normal again. It acted like a sinkhole or something. It was extra cold. All that death. And on the other side, I saw all those bones. And then something stepped up the hill. And I didn't even see it. But obviously it was there. It creeped me out. I hope it's not something that's going to follow me. You know what? I might actually turn this into a little bit of a jog. Oh, no, that's too steep. Okay, I'm just gonna try to get down back to my camp. Oh, praises be, we made it back. There's my tent. Just sitting there waiting for me. And everything looks completely undisturbed. Boy, that up there. That was sure interesting, guys. Oh, hello. You can see my shadow. I took off the ski mask again. Coming back down, it's coming faster. It's kind of actually make my face too warm. So I took it off. Now, back here. And even though we got some decent amount of time left, I'm thinking about maybe go ahead and starting the fire up. I'm actually getting kind of hungry. Yeah, come here in the tent. Oh. What the? Hey, who fixed this? I haven't put this back up yet. And what am I... What are my sunglasses doing here? They should be in the tent. There's somebody in my tent. There's nobody here. Okay, no joke, that creeped me out. Unless I'm like the most forgetful person in the world. Unless it's like somehow popped up by itself while I wasn't there. But how did my sunglasses get there? There's no way I would have put that there and forgotten. It's like someone's been here. Okay, hold on. Main thing is, it looked like nothing in the tent was stolen. And in fact, it didn't look like anything was even touched. I would have expected something to be pushed around, but nothing was stolen, nothing else, but... Unless there's something wrong with my memory. So actually, just looking around down here. I'm gonna go check down here, make sure there's not someone on this other side. And then I'm gonna go back to my vehicle. I'm gonna go see if there's another vehicle there. But that unsettled me. The other stuff, you know, maybe I could come up with an explanation. It's all possibly natural, and maybe up there when I heard that big or whatever, maybe that was just an elk. Everything could be explained. But how do you explain coming back to a tent and finding part of it, the fly, which I hadn't finished, suddenly popped up in place and my sunglasses sitting out there on top? And there's no way. Somebody else has got to be here. So there's a little area right down here. And I can walk this way. You can go that way too, that's longer, this way is easier. And go see if there's a vehicle down there. I mean, it's a little bit of a walk. I got my ski mask back on. If I round the corner, because I can see through the trees a little bit. If I round the corner and I see another vehicle, I'll take this off. And I'll just walk up to my vehicle and act normal. But then I'll know someone is there. But if... Okay. If I get back and there's another vehicle there and it's obvious someone went into my tent and messed around, I mean, they're not. That means they're not respecting my space or my privacy. And if they're still there and I see no signs of them leaving, I'm going to leave. Because I just don't want to mess around with that. Oh. Forgot about that. I'll step over that. I'm just looking down there now. Goes around a little ways, not too far. This, by the way, is actually not the road I drove on when I came in here. Like I said, there's two of them. There's 1, 2. That one's a little bit longer. But see, look. When I drove up here first, I stopped because look at that. How do you get around that? So I went back and took the longer one. Came back and parked. But this walks back quicker. And there's no place over there to park. You have to come down over here. It's really not that far away. If I do see it, I wonder if I should not film it. Because it's not polite to film other people's vehicles, especially their license plates. I'll just tell you what I see. Okay, I'm starting to see a little bit better. Oh, well, I could see my vehicle. Actually, instead of going around this way where it curves around and goes down, I'm just going to cut straight through here and go look. That's quicker. Just looking to see if there's anybody around here. Okay, I can see now a bit better. I can see there too, but that's kind of rough. That's where the cars would park. Well, would you beat that? Well, for my privacy reasons, I won't fill my vehicle, because I don't... Oh, that is one red and yellow bird. There's a bird over there that's like red and yellow, really vibrant. Wish I could film that one. The GoPro won't be able to see it, that's too far away. But this is... My vehicle's the only one there. Do you guys remember that missing alert thing? Remember that? It just said alert missing. What if there really is a missing person up here? I don't know anything else that could have done that except a person. It adds up, doesn't it? It adds up. I know I'm in the same county. I saw the... Oh, it's just a bird. Something. But it didn't say missing person. It didn't say that. I still don't know what this alert missing thing really is. It might have nothing to do with a person. Maybe someone lost their wallet. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sure that's wrong, but I just don't have any other explanations. There's got to be Okay, somebody's got to be up at my tent. Okay, I'm gonna go back up there. There's no vehicle there. I'll go up here. If I don't see anything, maybe I actually will go the long way around. I'm just gonna go venture around and just look for signs of a vehicle, or signs of a person or something. Because this is just so unexplainable. Except that there's a person up here. And they might be missing. Of course, I was away from my tent when I went out hiking. Maybe they came there, opened the tent. Didn't see anybody. But maybe they're actually not someone up to something nefarious. Maybe they actually were trying to find me and they didn't see me. And so they saw that, they fixed it for whatever reason, put my sunglasses there just as a sign that they came by. Maybe they're trying to let me know. Maybe they want me to know. Even though I don't like that they went in my tent, but they didn't steal anything. That's the big key factor, is I didn't steal anything. But still, there's something weird going on. This really is making me nervous because I'm not 100% sure what's going on. And if there's a person here, I don't for sure know what they're up to or what their intentions are. Okay, I gotta go around this one spot again. And I am. This might take a little while. I'll keep my camera with me to film if I see anything, but otherwise, okay, yeah. I'm just gonna walk all across this area and look all around. See if I see a vehicle that somehow wasn't there parked at the regular spot and just see if I find something or somebody. I didn't find anybody. No vehicles. And I even looked for fresh tracks. If a vehicle that drove by, maybe they drove off. Because that's my theory that came after that. Is maybe they drove up here and drove away during the whole time I was gone. But I didn't find, guys, any fresh, obvious tire tracks. I went down to where my vehicle is and I looked where I came up around that side and I saw that. Unless they happen to drive exactly on my tracks. I don't think that they could have been that good. I would have seen another pair. But there wasn't. Only my own. No signs of any people. I'm actually starting to get a little bit nervous about this area. I still plan, guys, to camp here tonight. But I'm not 100% sure that I really will. Sorry, I'm looking at the reflection of my GoPro again. I keep forgetting how ridiculous this ski mask is. Look at this eye, how short, small it is. I mean, they really did a bad job on this one. But, you know, I bought a couple at one. It was the green, the blue, and then this yellow one. And this yellow and the blue are formed wrong in the exact same way. So see how there's a seam right here? It should be right here, which would have made both of these eyes the same. And I think that matches because my mouth is right here, which comes up right here. So they did them wrong, all of them. I'll have to get my money back, right? But to be quite fair, these things were the cheapest ones I saw. I'm just gonna say I got what I paid for. I won't blame anybody, though it's kind of stupid. Well, I'm not seeing anything. You can probably see my toilet. Still there. That looks untouched, right? Dude, what if someone came by and just needed to use my toilet? They saw that there and they stopped, went and used it, and then put my sunglasses there to say, hey, thanks for letting me use the toilet, dude. And they ran away. I really am wishing now that I would have been down here the whole time instead of going on that hike, so I could have seen who it was that came by, if someone came by, because I still don't have an answer for that. That's what it looked like. But I'm wondering now, am I going to be alone from here on out? I really expected to see absolutely nobody up here. I expected to be completely alone. But am I alone? No vehicle. And what if there is still someone up here, even though there's no other signs of a vehicle? Maybe. Okay, theorize this. What if there's like an avid backcountry backpacker? He came through this area, he's going to be gone for a week, and so he's been hiking a lot, which would be why he didn't need a vehicle. Maybe there's somewhere far away he parked, which is why I haven't seen his vehicle, because I've only been in this one spot. And then he's just backpacking around, and what if after a week he never came back? And so people send out alerts saying, hey, he never came back, that sort of thing. It's been longer than a week. People are worried about him. But this whole time, I still don't know that that alert actually had to do with a missing person. Alert missing. It's really making me nervous. But I mean, I'm not so worried to the point where I feel like I'm gonna just pack up and go home right now. You know, I'm most likely perfectly safe, you know. I think I'm all right. So I'm gonna stay for now. I still plan to do my campfire. But I may not leave my campsite. Or birds. The wind's picking up. If I do walk around a little bit, it'll be really close by, where I'm close enough where I can hear things. And if something's moving around, I'll probably still hear it. There's two spots that have a little bit of a clearing right there I could go wander around in. In fact, I haven't explored there yet. Actually, that's a good idea. Let me go check out that area first, then we'll come back and then, because I'm getting hungry. Maybe then we'll, still fly. Maybe then we'll progress to cooking something to eat. Let's go. And I don't see anyone over there. Let's go down this way. Doesn't look like there's anybody here. Just looking around. I took off my ski mask and hat and just left it back at the tent. I'm not coming far anyways. I thought I saw something moving down there. Might have just been a bird. Definitely lots of birds here. But when I was up further up the trail, I didn't hear hardly there's any birds. Of course, I did hear that owl. There were some, but not like right here. Birds are really chirping here. And that is not warning bird sounds either. They seem pretty happy here. That's kind of a little bit of a relief for me after having dealt with what I dealt with up here and then what that creepiness, whatever is happening at my tent. This actually makes me feel a little bit more at ease. What's interesting, there's actually a trail here. And this looks like where people have hiked, but I can see it at least a little bit overgrown. Maybe it's a deer trail, but this looks to me, because it connects directly up exactly with the camping area up there. So I'm thinking this actually was a person hiking trail. It looks like it, but I don't think it's been hiked in a while. Oh guys, I need to do something. Now, is that better? I just realized my microphone was facing the wrong direction on my GoPro. I hope you heard me there. Just talking about how it looks like this used to be a person hiking trail. And actually it clears out just a little bit right there. I can see though where maybe people used to walk over that way. You can walk this way. And then there's a clearing back up there. And there was nobody there. That was really easy to see. No signs at all. And I'm just seeing if there's anyone back down here. It's weird. I'm almost hoping to find nobody. I really want to be alone. Because if I suddenly see somebody, that's going to really kind of creep me out. And just for that purpose, because I'm not sure, I actually took off my ski mask for that reason. If there's someone around here. But my biggest theory right now, I'm actually starting to lean towards this direction. My biggest theory is that that alert missing, actually has nothing to do with my area. Or I've actually heard of an alert thing going out, and it was just a glitch. And sometimes the messages will look a little bit funky when they do that, which mine was. It just said alert missing. Maybe that alert thing was just a glitch. But, I mean, I'll look at my phone now. Yeah, still no bars. I have no service out here. I must have had service for just a second by pure coincidence. And I was a bit higher up. And maybe they sent another message saying disregard or something. I don't know. But maybe there was never a missing person at all. Maybe that's just a glitch. There's nothing bad. And everything else is completely normal, right? Except for the tent thing. And that's the part I'm having a hard time theorizing. Like, how can an animal do that? If there was an animal doing that. I don't think it was. I think that maybe I was wrong about the tracks. Maybe there were tracks out there and my eyes just weren't smart enough. I didn't see it. Maybe they just happened to drive on my old tracks or in a way where I didn't see them. Or, oh no! Guys, I'm so stupid. I bet you I know what happened. The reason why I never saw the tracks is because they didn't drive up there in the first place. They went and parked where my car was, because they saw where I was parked, so they parked there too. And they wandered up, and they saw my camping stuff, and maybe one of them thought, hey dude, let's like totally freak this dude out. And so they fixed my tent and put my sunglasses there and ran away. And now they're gone, and maybe they're not coming back, and they're just pranking me. I bet you everything that's happened up to this point is totally legitimate with completely explainable purposes and reasons. And I'm looking around for people here, and I bet you there's nobody here. I haven't seen any signs because there isn't anybody, because someone came and already left, and I'm perfectly safe and there's nothing wrong. And whatever, back at the tent, which actually for a moment started to sound kind of ghostly, is not ghostly at all. So that's my theory, okay? I'm putting that out as my theory, which means that there's nothing to be afraid of at all. Okay, I'm actually starting to feel a bit better now. Maybe I'm just telling myself this. You know how if you tell yourself something long enough, you start to believe it, even if it's not true? I hope I'm not doing that now. Maybe I am. But I really do think I'm okay. So, you know what? Well, I'm going to come over here just a little bit. Kind of just look around a little bit more. But I'm actually feeling a lot better, guys. I'm feeling a lot better. I think I've found a reasonable explanation for everything that's been going on. Including that cold place that was dead. Some probably completely normal, natural, wild phenomena. Maybe phenomena is not even the right word. Just an area that a dead area where the air just collects, and the animal happened to die there, and it did something to the trees. The trees all died there, and the step I heard is probably just an elk, even though I never saw it. Of course, I could be wrong. Maybe I really am in grave danger, but I hope not. Okay? You know, I actually might go hike down there. But you can see it's not very well maintained at all. It's old and overgrown, but you can actually hike a trail that used to be there, I guess, and it keeps going down. After a while, if I'm sure I'm alone, and I'm not worried, I think I'll actually hike down that way, just like maybe 15 minutes is all, and go back. Not right now, though. I think it's time to go start my campfire or something. Let's head on back, especially since I'm actually looking at my camera again. My GoPro battery, this one's almost dead. That's one thing I hate about GoPros, is the battery life is not very good. There's actually a pack you can get. I don't think it's officially made by GoPro, and it like triples the size of your GoPro, but it also like triples the size of your battery. So it can go for a while, which would make sense if it were a situation where you're setting your GoPro down for a long time and you weren't able to be there all the time to touch it. But otherwise, you're probably better off just having extra batteries so that your GoPro can be smaller. And if you use that, then your GoPro isn't waterproof anymore. That's a pretty big deal. I like having a GoPro be waterproof. But, yeah. Okay, guys, let's just get back to the campsite. This is just the beginning. This looks pretty horrible, I know. I need to get more good kindling, get some bigger wood and get started. But I got the lint, put it on the campfire. And you'll notice that it's out in the sun. It's actually warming up now, more than before. I'm really tempted, have been tempted to move it right here in the shade, or, you know, back in some ways in the shade, but I can't. I just, you know, right that close to the tree, I see a fire hazard. I don't like that. And right here is too close to where cars actually do drive and come in here. Not that I expect anyone, but it just seems like I shouldn't. At least putting right there, I'm away from the grass, I'm away from the trees, and I'm away from where people are driving. There's good reason to have it there. I'm just going to say, you know what? Just learn to live in the sun for now, because it's better to be safe than be a little more comfortable. But I got something fun I want to show you guys. This is my new toy, all right? See? Okay, can you guys tell me what kind of gadget that is? Well, first off, you do have an emergency flashlight. Now the real fun begins. Look at that. And then pull that out there and you push the button. You see that? You guys get a good look? That's plasma. It's electric. It's a plasma electric fire starter. So I can actually use this now. I'm going to go ahead and start this, but I'm going to have to run and get a little more kindling. See? And it catches on fire. There, fire's already begun. Now it's time to get, oh, that smells good. I love campfire smells. Oh, guys, I love campfire smells. Oh, I love campfires. Okay, let's, I probably should have got more kindling before I got that started. I gotta get that going. There you have it. We got her. Not quite enough for some good coals, but you know, I'm not doing anything extreme. I got that going. A face mask and my hat. I'll move that up a little closer. But now, the objective is get a little something to eat. I brought a couple of things. Right now, I'm just gonna here's something simple. Not the healthiest, but don't worry, I don't eat these things regular. Where's that stick? There we go, that's a good stick. That's a good skewer stick. Now, I often bring more things to eat on a camp out, right? But my plan is, while I'm traveling, to kind of just hit up the nearest town. And so, what I'm doing is this time, I just grabbed what I already had, which wasn't much. I need to go back to the store and get some more stuff. Not today. Got some of this. I got a, you know, bun and stuff I can put into it. Gosh, I'm so hungry. I might just eat the first one just plain right away. Let's get it on the stick. Move my chair over just a little bit. And my hot dog. Get her cooking. Yeah. Sometimes I prefer more of like a, I like to put a grill over. My favorite is put a grill over the campfire. And oh, you guys know what one of my favorite things is? Shrimp. And you can't cook it in the oven. It's not even the same. It has to be over the campfire and it has to be on a grill so it can be smoked. Gosh, this stick's kind of flimsy. I should break it up at the tip and move the hot dog down. But then it's not as long. The fire's kind of warm. I don't want to get too close. But put a grill over it. Put shrimp, and the smoke has to be able to get through the grill and smoke the shrimp while you cook it. Oh, that is like the best thing ever. You know, hamburgers and hot dogs are fun, but ooh, shrimp. Whew. Too bad it's so expensive. That's why I don't actually buy it very often. And I'll buy it for a camp out. Yes, sir. Well, that one's done enough. The hot dog got a little cooled off, and I kid you not, I am so hungry that I am too lazy to even go back and get the bun. Get what else for it? Condiments. I'm just eating the first one as is. I'll eat the next one on a bun. Hey guys, this is probably the first time I've ever been filmed eating. First time filming eating anything on YouTube. Probably never saw Ray Savage eat anything. Okay. I don't want to talk about this. When you're hungry, even a hot dog tastes good. A delicacy. Sort of. I can't get it in. The hole's not perfect over my mouth for the ski mask. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get in. I'm just trying to eat a hot dog. Oh, no. Okay, time to cook another hot dog, and this time I'll have the bun. Well, I've kind of moved myself away a little bit from the fire. It was a little bit too warm. I feel a little more full. Hot dogs do taste better when they got their buns and condiments. And this place is really starting to actually feel nice for once. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it now. Hey, but you know what? I do have a little bit of snack. Yeah. Oh. I think there's an airplane above me somewhere. Airliner. Oh, there's a fast-moving cloud. Matter of fact, I haven't seen any clouds today at all, mostly. Not a whole lot, I mean. Oh, I lost my hat again. Guys, Ray Savage keeps losing his hat. Stay on hat. I feel like I lose all my powers without my hat. There's a great big cloud moving in over us right there. Maybe it'll block the sun a little bit. It's about to. Well, anyways. Got some crackers. Granted, these aren't like the fanciest crackers, the cheapest saltine. I sometimes buy some of these just to have extra in case I just need an extra snack. Not my favorite kind of crackers. No. You know, but if you're so hungry. Gotta straighten up this mask. I swear it wants to get crooked on me. I can't find my mouth. It's actually not easy to eat saltine crackers with a ski mask. I'm gonna try again. It needs to be wider. Look at the ski mask. It goes up and down. My mouth doesn't go up and down. It goes this way. Not this way. This way. I can't get it in. I can't get it in. Oh. It shouldn't be this hard to eat a cracker. Well, that might change things for me. Maybe okay. I need two hands. Here we go, guys. There we go. Oh. I did it that time. Not delicious. At least when you're really hungry, it's delicious. Of course, I'm a little bit more full now because of those hot dogs. Well, it's not. It's actually still not that late. You can see the sun, you know. I still got a lot of time left. I'm just hungry. Setting at the campfire. I'm kind of just watching it. I'm actually letting it die out now. If I don't go anywhere, I can kind of let it burn down. If I do decide to go anywhere, no, I can't let it burn down. That's too dangerous. That's a forest fire hazard thing. I don't want to even mess with that. I'd put it out all the way completely before I did anything like that. I love nature, and I do not want to ever start a forest. I'll be honest, if I ever did something dumb and a forest fire started because of me, I would not be able to live that down. I would not be able to live that down. I would blame myself forever. I would never forgive myself. You know, maybe there's some people who don't feel that way. Oh, whoops, just run away, don't let anybody know. No, no, no. Like, honestly, if I started a forest fire, I would not hide it. I would do the exact opposite. I'd go get help. But I'd rather do prevention first. That's why I've done things the way I've done it now, because there's really no risk. But you know what? We're here. We got this wonderful campfire and everything. Even though it's not late enough to typically do a ghost story, I kind of feel like we ought to tell one. I'm trying to think of a ghost story. Oh, I got one. Oh, okay. Oh, it's fictional, of course. This is a fictional ghost story. This is one that was told to me, oh, this is a long time ago. I was just a kid, and so I'm not going to remember it exactly. You'll have to bear with me. Okay. Once upon a time, there was this young man, supposedly in his 20s. Oh, by the way, there's scary music right now. Make sure there's scary music. Once upon a time, there was a young man, probably in his 20s, and he was out hiking. And he was supposed to be in an area where he was all alone, and he was enjoying nature and everything. But while he was walking, some strange fog and mist settled in. And he wondered how it could get there so quickly, in a day that used to be a clear sky. Well, he kept walking, following the trail, until suddenly the mist covered where his feet were. And he started to stir the mist around, and anticipated where he was, and he noticed something that really kind of creeped him out. The trail that he was on, even though he just saw it, was now suddenly gone. And when he looked back, through what he could see through the fog and mist, it wasn't there anymore. As if there never was a trail there in the first place. Well, he didn't know what else to do, so he started to try to head back in the direction he thought he was going. And he was walking. Even though he was so sure he was going back the same direction, the woods looked different. It was almost like he went into a different dimension. Well, before long, while he was walking, he looked up ahead, and he saw something which didn't make sense. It was a house, almost. Something about it was just not quite right. And a lot closer, and it looked extra dark. And it was very square, and it had this roof above it, and this old wooden door. And it looked abandoned, but at the same time, it almost looked like there was a light coming from inside. Like maybe someone was actually trying to live there. So he went to the door and he knocked. Nobody answered. He tried the doorknob. It was unlocked. So he slowly opened it. And there's nobody there. But there was a light. What was very unusual about this light is it actually wasn't coming from the room. Even though this looked like a one-story house, he looked over and saw a stairway that went down. So clearly there was a basement. And the light, which started to glow green, was coming from the basement. Okay, maybe someone's down in the creepy basement. And he's about ready to just turn around right there because didn't know if he wanted to go into someone's creepy basement. But he did anyways. So he started to walk down the stairs. And he went around the first corner, and the stairs kind of curved in a square like this and went down to the next floor. And he looked there, and it was an empty room, but with wooden floorboards underneath. And there's some cobwebs and dust, but it was completely empty. But this is the next thing which really creeped him out even more. The stairs started at the other side of the room and went down again, as if to a second basement floor. So he knew he was on basement level 1. Well, he went down to the stairs, which went to basement level 2. And he walked down the corner and he looked down there, and there was another floor. This floor had a table with it, and a candle was on it, and the candle was actually lit, but it was mostly burned down. Still, it meant someone had to have been there within the past day or something like that. Well, he could have turned around right then, but then he saw something else, because the green light, which was starting to grow a little bit brighter, was not coming from the candle. He looked on the opposite side of the room, was another set of stairways that went down even more to another floor. Well, he went to that floor and started going down. And this floor looked like an old abandoned library almost. There were some bookshelves over there with these old books. It looked like they'd fall apart if you touched them. On the other side was an old couch. But this couch was torn with 3 great big scratch marks that went across the side. That looked creepy. Ordinarily, a person would have never gone this far, and he was about ready to leave then. For some reason, he didn't. And he looked at the opposite side of the room, exact same thing. The stairs were there, and they kept going down and down. And he wondered just how far this went down deep into the earth. He was surprised at how well he could still breathe. So he went over to the opposite side of the stairs, and he went down again. Well, the next few floors looked hardly any different. There were some random artifacts there, a few weird things, like, what was it, off on the side was a shelf with like a pocket knife. On another floor, he saw a mirror that looked back at him. He looked at himself, and it kind of freaked him out. But even though it should have been pitch black because he had no light with him, he could still see because the green light continued to come deeper and from deeper, which continued to get slowly brighter and brighter as he went deep. Well, he continued to descend until he got to what he suspected was level 9. Basement level 9, which just seemed absolutely impossible. And he wondered, did this used to be some sort of old mine shaft that someone filled in? Or maybe this really does keep going down into a mine, somewhere deep down underground. But he never seen anything like this before. Well, as he's about to descend to level 10, he heard what sounded like a creak sound. And he wondered, okay, maybe I actually got to the bottom floor, maybe there's someone there in the next level. And the green light was pretty bright. He went down to the stairs and curved around, and right away he saw a huge cloud of dust just floating there on level 10. And he could hardly see. And he got down on the floor and he was looking around. And then suddenly he heard this sound. And he listened again. And it sounded like it was on the floor below him. Okay, there must be a basement floor 11. It sounded like a dog. But it sounded off. Something was wrong with it. Was it somebody and their dog? Still, there's a thick layer of dust, and it was kind of hard to breathe in. But against his better judgment, he descended to the next level. And the dust was even thicker, and he started looking around, but he couldn't hear or see anybody. And then suddenly, something moved. Out there on the other side. It was lower to the ground, and it looked like the shadow of a dog. And it slowly started coming out of the dust. And then this was the part that creeped him out. He looked at the dog, and the dog had only one eye. And this eye seemed to almost glow red. And the other side was just an empty hole. No eye. But it wasn't a concave area within it. It looked like it just went deep inside the head of the dog. And the dog just looked wrong. The dog saw him, and it tilted its head. And then it stared at him and didn't move. Well, this dude just kind of started to get back, and as he put his hand behind him, he felt something. And he looked down, and it was something squishy and slimy. He picked it up, and there was the dog's other eye, as if it had just fallen out. Well, he quickly dropped it, and he started to move back to the stairs to try and go up it, but for some reason the stairs were gone. And he couldn't get back up, and he looked all around. He started banging on the ceiling, jumping up and banging on it. But he couldn't find a way in, and he couldn't bust it. And then he looked and there's the dog, and it started to get closer to him. Well, this dude started to walk around the side of the wall, and the dog actually went to the other side and walked around and just continued to stare at him with that creepy tilt of his head. And this dude got to the other side, and he saw a stairway on the opposite side, but it went down deeper. And this dude suddenly went down deeper, following the stairway down. And that's when he got the sudden feeling like there was more than just a dog there. And he looked up, and there's that dog starting to come down the stair. And it suddenly turned its head and looked right at him. And just turned its head like this and just stared at him. But that dude knew that there's somebody else there. And he got the sudden feeling that whatever was going to happen to him was about to happen to him now. And then that would be the end. And he heard what sounded like a footstep. And he slowly started to turn. And as he was looking, right over there, on the other side, that is when he saw what the heck? Sorry. Oh, okay, guys, I'm sorry. I did not mean to interrupt this story. I was going to tell you. Okay, this is... I just heard a car honk. Skip the story, guys. I'm sorry. Skip the story. There's someone here. Okay, I told you I thought there was someone here. I think they came back. Oh, this is weird. Oh, so I shouldn't have been telling that story. That story got me on edge now. There's something actually happening. I think there's someone here. But I heard the honk, but I don't hear like tires running on a road or anything. Or a sound of an engine. Okay, I'm actually gonna go down there. I gotta know. Maybe if I stay close over here, if this car comes around this way, I can see him. Maybe I can hear him. Oh, that really scared me as soon as I heard that. I thought I was going to be alone the rest of the day. Whoever it was that was here earlier, I think they came back. Okay, I'm going to head down towards my car. Back to where I was before. I'm kind of running. But okay, I don't hear anything else. There's just that horn honk. Look, there's someone around there somewhere. I heard the car honk. Okay, maybe they honked and then they turned the car off. Maybe that's why I can't hear them. I might have to tear off my ski mask real quick, guys. If there is someone else here. If I see someone, I'll just take it off real quick. I'm going to go back to that same corner where my car's parked. Vehicle. And just see if I see another vehicle there. I'll do the same thing as last time. I'm going to take the shortcut. Oh, sure. Here comes the wind all of a sudden through the trees. There was no wind for the longest time. Now suddenly, look at the clouds. Okay, that's creepy. The clouds suddenly look like storm clouds. I think there's a storm moving in. I don't like that. And the wind's starting to pick up. This is making me nervous. I don't really feel like camping out in a storm. You know, if I had to, I could camp out in my vehicle. It's just not as spacious or as comfortable. Okay, let me look. There's no vehicle there. I don't hear anything. Okay, maybe they just honked and drove away. Maybe they just drove away. Still, that's something that'll put you on edge. Just hearing a honk of a horn, and then you know there's another vehicle that's up here or been up here. Maybe they're running away. But nothing's driven up here. I would have heard that if they did. Nothing back there where my vehicle was. There's no vehicle, so they must have been leaving. They must have been going the other way. This actually be a good place to come get some firewood. I can get... Okay, that horn honk came from my tent area. Oh gosh. Get back to the tent. Get back to the tent. Dude, there's someone there at my campsite. I just heard him. Just honked the horn. It's back here. What? What? There's nobody here. There's nobody here. What the heck? I can see back that way. There's nobody that way. There's my campfire. Is that where I left my GoPro stick? I can't remember. Did someone move that? But this doesn't make sense. There's my chair. There's my crackers. There's the hiking trail. There's the other hiking trail. Hold on. Unless they drove right here just now. But how could I not hear them? Even if it was like a really silent EV vehicle or something, I would have at least still heard the tires coming up across. But there was nothing. I heard a car honk down that way. And then I heard a car honk right here at the campsite. And there's nothing here. Hold on. I don't get it. I'm looking around. I don't get it. Okay, all that fear and paranoia I had that I thought was gone just came back. I thought I had a reasonable explanation for everything. I thought I had it all answered. I was actually starting to have a good time. How? The car honk down there. Oh, the car honk. I know, I heard it. It came from right here at my camp spot. But there's no vehicle here. I didn't hear a vehicle. I haven't seen anybody. I am actually really paranoid right now. Oh, there's something in my eye. If you guys see me keep blinking, something's getting in my eye. Don't want it to. Okay, I'm just gonna sit down. It's gotten a lot darker. Look, the sun is gone. It looks like it's gonna rain. Where's my GoPro stick? I don't know if this is a reasonable thing, but I'm just doing it. There's a spiky end on this. And if I hit someone with it, it would hurt. That's only if I feel threatened. Oh my gosh. I was telling you that fictional story. Didn't even finish it. And now I feel like I'm suddenly in one myself. How could a horn honk from a car be right here and there's no car? Well, what's that flying around my head? Oh my gosh. Is that a bumblebee? Hey, I've been in the smoke. I thought you were supposed to hate that. He must like my yellow ski mask. I'm just looking all around now, seeing if there's... Maybe they parked off to the side up there. I'm gonna get up for just a second. Oh, don't want to mess those up. The last of my snack that I have up here. I have a little bit of something for breakfast tomorrow, and I just untied my shoe. I'll tell you again later. Oh my gosh, it is. Just look at how that sky just turned dark. Just like that. This is really getting spooky. Oh, it's just, I think my mind's playing tricks on me. For a moment, I thought I saw. Oh. Just looking around the corner, maybe they parked. There's nobody there. Okay, no signs of anyone being in the tent. Well, I better go tie my shoes. Okay. Oh, that wind's picking up a little bit more. That wind is making me feel very uneasy. Come on, shoe, why are you acting so crazy? What am I doing wrong? Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. My paranoia is making me so I can't even tie a shoe. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I just filmed myself struggling with that. That's embarrassing. I'm half tempted to cut that out just because I'm so embarrassed about it. That's better. Well, I know that there isn't really any way for anyone to be parked over here. There's no space other than where I've already looked. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go throw that in the fire. I'm gonna eat some crackers while I'm out here. What's that? A piece of glass. It almost looks like an arrowhead, doesn't it? It's got to be a piece of glass, right? Yeah. It's just dark like one. Wow. Clouds. This is so weird. Like I got a question to propose to you guys. If you were out here and you had seen what I had seen, would you leave right now? Would you stay and camp overnight? I'm half tempted to actually just pack up and not even camp out in the vehicle I brought. Just leave and go to the nearest town or something. I'm not much of a city person, but when you're experiencing scary stuff out in the woods, suddenly that city place starts to look a little bit nicer. Okay, but I need to go use the restroom. Of course, I won't film that. I'll stop filming before I do that. Oh. Okay, I'll stop filming. Oh, wait. Oh, that's bad. You guys know that I left the toilet paper right there. Look. It's in the tree. I did not do that. It's like somebody used it. Okay, I'm gonna do something, but I'm not gonna let the camera see it. Just know I'm opening the lid to look in. Oh, that's gross. Someone else used it. I'm not gonna show you, I don't want to. Somebody used it. I'm not joking, somebody used it. Okay, that proves I'm not alone. But here's the thing that I'm scared stiff about. I heard that honk, a horn up here. But that wasn't even that long. And I ran right up here and there's nobody here. But at that time I was here, I know I saw it, the toilet paper was still on there. That means that someone had to use it like in like 60 seconds. But then gotten out of here too. How? There's no vehicle. What is going on? This isn't right. Oh, thanks, Mother Nature. Thanks for bringing in this wind. Oh, I just felt a raindrop. Can you see right there? That's a raindrop. It might rain soon. Okay, this is scaring me so bad. I'm not even joking. This is scaring me so bad. I'm actually heading for my tent. I'm gonna grab my crackers in case I'm too scared to come back out again. Gosh, I ought to just pack up and leave. But I can't just leave right away. That fire is still smoldering a little bit. I can't leave unless I put that fire all the way out. I might have to go grab my shovel. It's hidden over there in the grass. You can't even see it. I'm sipping these up. I'm gonna go put that in my cool chest, those hot dogs. It's not here, I left it at the vehicle. Oh, that's a big fly. What, is it dead? I just tossed it. It didn't even fly away. Okay, that's weird. Well, so I'm here in the tent now. The wind's picking up a little bit. For just a second, it's a few raindrops I heard on the top of the tent, but then it stopped. The wind continues to just kind of come and go and come and go. Alright, got my little snack. Once again, it's hard to eat these in my mask. Right, take time. Is that rain? Yeah. I think that's rain. It's very light. Wait. It's very light, just like a few here. Well, there's definitely a storm coming in. Oh. Can you see me shaking? Oh, there goes that fly, finally. Another bug there. I'm too scared to even open the door and just let him out. That fly, that's big enough to be one that bite and hurt. Well, what do I do now? Here comes the rain again. Yep, it's raining. Oh, it's still light, but you can hear it. Look, there's one thing that I don't like about this rain, this storm that's coming in now. It's really starting to scare me. It was clear forecast. This time I was supposed to be out here. There shouldn't be any storm. There shouldn't be any storm clouds coming over, and yet they're here. Which doesn't make any sense. I don't know, I might just sit here for just a little bit until I collect my thoughts. It's kind of still kind of eerie. The wind, the rain hasn't left. So I'm still just kind of sitting here laying down, hoping that everything's gonna be all right. Listen. Gosh, that's a big gust of wind. It's blowing the tent. Gust of wind, storm. This is all wrong to the weather forecast. I'm gonna peek out the window just a little bit. Oh, my chair's getting wet. Shoot. Okay, okay guys, I got to go out and get it. I'll be back. Let's close her up. Where's my sleeping bag? What's my sleeping bag doing right there? What's my sleeping bag doing right there? Okay, this is bad. My sleeping bag got moved somehow, but that's impossible. Unless I'm really forgetful. If there's something like mentally wrong with me, and somehow I did it. I swear there's no way. I absolutely don't remember that. This feels like a haunting. The ghostly car horns, the creepy things that were happening up the trail. Things like looking at, like something's going on. The fact that someone used my restroom thing. I don't get it. And now the wind blows against the tent. It unnerves me. So I keep thinking I'm hearing something outside. I've got my stuff in here. It just got dead silent. Oh, no, never mind, I heard a bird. Okay, other than that bird, it's dead silent. Can hear a little bit of some. It's the rain. The rain just kind of comes and goes. I got my tent open a little bit, but it's just that window. Oh, hold on. My battery's got 6% left, so I'm gonna have to swap in another battery. Well, I'm going through batteries. There's just so much going on here. Okay, this is gonna die. I gotta get up in battery. Good, good. Yeah, it's going. Okay. It's actually my last battery. If this dies, then anything else that happens after that, no one will ever know. But I mean, this can go on for a while. I wanted to film my trip even through the night, but I'm feeling more and more like I'm not going to be here overnight. If there's going to be a storm here, if it gets worse, I don't think I want to be here. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up leaving. Yeah, I start right now. What is that? Okay, this is bad. I can't move. Now I know for certain I'm not alone. It's moving out there. I wonder if I could slowly step up and just look out the window. I'm like literally too scared to try to unzip something. The light's changing. Nope, there it goes again. Wait a minute. That's not from the sun. It's still cloudy up above, but there is a light around. I have no idea where it's coming from. That was that way. Gosh. I've literally never been this scared, ever. I'm scared to even try to get out of my tent. There it goes. Look, listen, listen. Okay, that's a new sound. Was that a car honk? It sounded like a car honk. I'm not even sure which direction that came from. Okay, guys, this has got to be a haunting or something. Or someone is pranking me good. Okay, that sound was creepy. There's someone walking right next to the tent, I swear. I wish there was a way to lock tent doors. I wish that window was closed. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Stop! Please stop! Okay, if there's someone there, please stop. This isn't funny. Someone just tried opening the zipper. I'm like literally holding it tight with both hands so they can't open it. Look, seriously, if there's someone there, please stop. That was not a person. No person would make a sound like that. Oh, why is this happening? Oh. I'm too scared to let go of this door. Oh, my hands get tired. Oh, please stop this. Okay, listen to that out there. Oh, even though this is gonna kill my hand. Oh, there goes my hat. Oh, even though this is gonna kill my hand, I can't let go. Hold on, get a better grip. Honestly, whatever it is, maybe it has the ability to just tear through the tent and get at me. This is the first time where I suddenly feel like this wasn't a person doing any of this. Oh, this is scaring me so bad. What am I gonna do? How long can I stay here like this? I hear something faint. It almost sounds like something walking away, far away. How can I hear another car horn? Oh, is someone pranking me? This is so bad. I have no idea how long I'm going to be here doing this. I'm half wondering if anyone's even going to end up watching this footage. I almost feel like I painted myself into a corner, guys. Like, I'm the one that came up here. I'm the one that did this. Okay, let's just assume that none of this was legitimate reasoning or answers. normal to natural, the wildlife and everything, to nature, and all of it was creepy stuff going on. What about that alarm message? It said alert missing. Isn't that what it said? That's what I remember. Alert missing. And then the county that I'm in. What if it was something else? Alert missing. What if something went missing here, but they're not wanting people to find it? Maybe they're telling people don't find it because it's dangerous. What if it was supposed to be a message to let people know there's something dangerous around here? And because I didn't get the whole message, I didn't know. Or what if it's something else so much creepier? What if it was like a foreshadowing? What if I got the message too soon? Like, what if it was for me? Alert missing, but the reason the message didn't finish is because the event hadn't happened. What if I'm about to go missing? That's ghostly. And that was like a foreshadowing. An alert message foreshadowing my disappearance. And this is like the last of the footage. Oh, my hand's tired. Okay, I'm gonna do something, but I'm close to the zipper just in case. Because I thought I heard something moving away. Just gonna let go. Oh. 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 Well, it's obvious I don't want to stay here at dark. I'm too scared to go out of my tent yet. Hoping that if there was something moving away, maybe I just need to give it more time to go away if it does. But if I wait till dark, that's just too much. There's no way. I'm not staying here and camping out at night. I'm definitely going to go towards the nearest town, and that's where I'm going to sleep. Even if I have to sleep in the back of my SUV, I don't care. Here comes the wind again. So the wind picked up like the front of a storm and then it died out. And then where it was like the most dead silent, when nothing was happening, that's when something came around. Now I hear it gone and the wind picks up again. That sounds just like a scary story. This is actually happening. I don't know how long to sit here and wait. I don't know how long it's going to take before I finally have the bravery to actually go out. And so I'll get up and pack my stuff together, and I'll hurry down and get my SUV and quickly drive it up and just throw the stuff in the back and just get out of here. And if I got to do that, I'm not going to film, because I got to have both hands. If something happens and I make it out alive, I'll film that, and I'll let you know. Or if I happen to see something I'm lucky enough to pull, I'll keep the GoPro camera in my pocket. And if it's something where I think I have time and I actually see something I can pull it out and film it real quick, I'll do that. But otherwise, I just don't know. Right now. Oh, no, I can't. I don't hear anything except the wind picking up again. Almost like an omen that something is left and maybe it is time to go. Or it's in the process of leaving. But oh my gosh, look at my hands. I feel so weak. Okay, I'm gonna wait a little bit before I go out because this is just too much. I'm taking that off. I just need it off. I don't know how long it's been. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I don't know. The fire's completely burned down now. The rain may have helped put it out. When you got hot coals, even a light rain doesn't put it out. But I can still see it stopped burning. But I'm not going to take a chance. I got to cover it up. Just in case there are coals there. Stir it up, stamp it out, cover it with dirt. I get my shovel for that. Not seeing anything out there, but the storm clouds are still definitely there. Okay, I sure hope this isn't dumb. I'm gonna take a peek outside. If there's like a jump scare out here, I totally apologize. Of course, I might not be saying anything else. hasn't changed, has it? Except look, it's been unraveled. The toilet paper has been unraveled. Of course, the wind could have done that, but I don't know. I kid you not, I am ready to run in my tent and duck. That is a dark storm cloud. There's actually a tiny bit of blue sky right there. I don't know if you can see it. But otherwise, the rest of it's all storm clouds still. It's picking up. I can feel the air. It's actually heavier now. Here comes more wind. I'm looking down that way. But I don't see anything over there. There's nothing here. What am I gonna do now? Okay, I just went down there and looked. Okay, so still no signs back at my vehicle like anything happened. I was actually really scared to go down there, because that's actually the direction I thought I heard the sound go when it was leaving. I'm thinking maybe it left, whatever it was. That's funny. The campfire's burning again. Look, but it died down. It's smoldering again. It picked up again. You see, that's why you don't leave campfires. You gotta double check and be sure. Suppose I had looked at it and said, "Oh, it stopped and then left." Maybe I could have started a forest fire. So that's why I'm not taking chances. I'm gonna get my shovel and bury that before I go. And it would be nice to put the rocks back here. Oh, what's that? That is the biggest footprint I've ever seen. One toe, two, three toe, and it comes all the way back. And here's the back side, and it pushes up like this. But it's like this, like I was running. But that's a deep indent. There's another one over there. Oh my gosh. I wasn't even thinking about footprints. I can actually see another one over there, and it goes by where, over that, the toilet. I can't even talk. It went that way. I mean, look at this. This is huge. Nothing makes a footprint like that. Nothing. Oh, there's a little bit of sun. Thank you from up above. The storm actually broke just a little bit. Look, there's a little bit of blue sky. It's giving me a little bit of relief. Oh, blue sky all the way over there. Is the storm going to end? Okay, I'm noticing something else that seems a bit creepy. It's like as if the storm followed a creature that shouldn't exist. And when it left, the storm left with it. Somebody explain that. That is ridiculous. And there's the old trail that goes up there. I'm not actually going up the trail, guys. I'm just stopping right here to look, because I'm too scared. I ought to be packing up quick, but for some reason I actually feel like the worst danger is gone. But you know, it could always come back. Whatever it is, whatever it was, it could always come back. Okay. Well, whenever I do, I better do it fast. Okay, I'm most concerned about the fire. So I'm gonna quickly really get that out good. So no risk at all for a forest fire. And then I'm gonna pack up everything. Sorry guys, I'll have my camera close like I said, but I'm gonna put it in my pocket. I've gotta have two hands so I can do this and do it efficiently and quick. Because I gotta pack up my SUV and get out of here. So sit tight. Just finished. Got my vehicle here. Finished putting up, I put the rocks as close as I could. Stamped out everything. But my tent's gone, picked up my stuff, my chair's gone, everything is over here in my vehicle. And I kid you not, just look up. Bright sun, looks like there was never a cloud here to begin with. I mean, it really does. It looks like there's never a cloud here to begin with, like nothing had happened at all. That is really weird. But let's leave. Pulling out of here. Let's back up. Oh, it feels so good to have everything in the vehicle. It's weird though, it's bright and sunny. That is just so weird how now it's bright and sunny, but it was just so dark and stormy for just a second while some crazy creature was coming around. It left and the storm leaves. That is so weird. Okay, I'm gonna have to go out the long way. But better to curve out and around. There we go. Okay, guys, we're heading out of here. Woo! Yeah, I'm not staying here tonight. I am definitely heading out. Got all my stuff. It's just here in the back. Wow. Like, how do you even explain all of that? That is one of the strangest experiences I've... Oh. What? I don't remember grabbing that. It's just sitting here in my vehicle, and I didn't place it there. For some reason, it looks like an eye. Like something lost its eye. I can see the hint of an iris. I need to throw this out. No, I can't. In case it is garbage, if I throw it out, that's litter, and I can't do that. I'm going to have to hold on to this until I find the nearest garbage can or something where I can throw it away. I'm not keeping this. You know, all the creepy stuff started happening when I found this and I picked it up. Can't be. But how is it here in my vehicle? I don't remember picking up, and it's right here where I did not set that. I'm hurrying. But I don't want to speed, but I've got to at least make some haste. Here we go. Okay, that does it for me. I'm getting down off of this. I'm getting out of these woods. I'm going to find there's this garbage can. I'm going to throw that away and just be gone. And I'm not even joking. As I'm driving through this right here, I am actually looking for signs of any weird animals. Oh, this is just so weird. But nothing, remember that track? Nothing could make a footprint that big. You know what it sounds like? Have you guys ever seen, what's it called? Forbidden Planet with, oh, he's a famous actor. Is his name Walter Pigeon? Walter Pigeon and Leslie Nielsen, something like that. It's an old movie. If you ever go watch Forbidden Planet, there's a creature, a monster that exists, which has a very unusual origin, and it's just like that. You never see it, but it turns out it's actually invisible. And it leaves this creepy big footprint, a lot like the one I saw, only it's a lot bigger in the movie. And it's very dangerous. And if it doesn't see you, okay, maybe you're all right, but if it sees you and it has access to you, you're as good as gone. Like, that's what that footprint suddenly made me think of, which is partly what's... Oh, thought I saw something. There's a bunch of trees down there. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Even if there was something down there, I wouldn't want to get too close to find out. Oh my gosh. Oh, I've already passed it. There's 3 trees there, all broken off. And they're broken off at the exact same spot, but they weren't cut, they were busted. Like something big went through there. Oh, it's too far back. I'm not going back to look at it. I wish I would have filmed that, just to show it to you guys. Like something big went through the trees there. But that's the direction I thought I heard something going. It must have gone down that way. Oh, that's creepy, guys. Yep. Well, there's lots of woodland here, guys. Lots of trees. If I see... Curves around. Like, I'm almost expecting something to run out in the middle of the road. But there's actually something that makes me feel like I'm safe, and maybe I'm not going to see anything. Because it seems like the storm clouds follow the creature, and I'm not seeing any storm clouds. So, I'm out in the sun. I think I'm safe. I don't think I'm going to see anything more. As long as the sun holds out. Oh, baby, hold out, sun. Because if I suddenly hit a big storm cloud, I tell you, I'm booking it. I don't care. I'm booking it. And I just hope I get down out of this. I don't know if I'm going to keep filming. Maybe. I'll have my camera nearby just in case. Guys, if anything else happens, I'll let you know. I'll let you know.